Bobby, Nubian, good morning, or good afternoon in this case for you guys. How are you?
We're good, thank you. How you doing, Mitchell?
I am doing all the better for speaking to you and to Nubian. How are you, Nubian?
I'm good. How are you, Mitchell?
I am great. I thank you for reaching out when I was ill. I appreciate that. Before we get anywhere, we have to talk about, as we always do, love. Mr. Wine, happy anniversary to you and Barbie.
Thank you very much, Mitchell. It's a very special day today. We're making 13 years of matrimony, not 13 years of love. Bobby and I have been together for 23 years now.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Wow.
but it is 13 years since we wedded, and it's a beautiful experience.
You know, we're going to celebrate shortly our first song together, Such a Beautiful Day. And speaking of love, when we first met, and it just became so obvious that we belong together, we talked about how Such a Beautiful Day is a love song, but it's also a song of freedom because what does one fight for at the end of the day? To be able to love. Bobby, what does love mean to you?
Love means life. It's positivity, it's acceptance, it's embracing, it is smiling without expecting to be smiled back to. It is giving without expecting back. It is freedom, it is freeing somebody or everybody. That's what love means to me.
Nubian, what does it mean to you?
Love is freedom to express yourself freely in any way you can.
Well, from my wife, the Attorney General in the other room, and we've been together also all of our lives. To you and Barbie, happy anniversary. And I can't wait
Thank
until we
you.
all get together and meet.
Oh, yeah.
So, for those who are seeing this and may not be fully familiar with your music career or may have met you and Nubian through People Power, your documentary, can you tell us a bit about how you and Nubian got together and talk about music?
Well, Nubian and I got together through music. Initially, he was singing with a different team, and I was singing with a different team. But we are artists that used to meet, have a chat and admire each other's style. Now, there came an inspiration for a song, and, we linked up together, recorded that song. We did not know that it was the first of so many beautiful songs that were to follow. We started singing about life, about fancy cars and parties, but over time, as we grew up together, as we reasoned together, we learned together and transformed together into not just entertainers, but into edutainers.
Edutainment is something that we're fully embracing that you've taught me about. And that's what our mission's about. Nubian, when you first met Bobby, where did you think this was going to go? Your music together.
Of course, I've been watching Bobi for a while, and he was a very talented artist. And his voice and mine, because we're in different groups, I always thought that we could make a perfect collaboration. And so back in the days, we would move from place to place, and there was so much unity among these artists because at that time, our music was never mainstream. So we had a struggle of uplifting our music, production-wise, promotion-wise, to put it mainstream. And once he called me on this collaboration, yeah, I was already known to him. He was known to me. We were friends. We would, meet once in a while. But then when time came for this collaboration, it started a new beginning. And here we are with lots of songs.
You know, your voices are so different. And I think that's the power. Bobby comes on and he's like American Frank Sinatra, like he's the guy, he's the chairman, he's the president. Bobby comes on and you're paying attention and you come on and it's like birds lifting. And it's such a fantastic collaboration. And Bobby, when did activism come from, and how did you use the power of music to help change your life and trying to change others?
I would say that we had been saying all these things through music, although we had not been, we were listened to, but not taken serious enough. Everything that we are saying, we have songs about them. We have songs about injustice, about dictatorship, about the need for people to get involved in the way they're being governed. We have sung about all this, but we needed to take one more serious step to get practically involved. And since then, our music is actually taken more serious. No wonder the government banned our music and even our voices on the radio. We started taking our music more serious, and the attention we get from people, especially the young people, we stopped taking it for granted. We realized that through our music, we don't only entertain, but we actually influence decision. We influence action, you know. And of course, for a long time, we had been influencing both positively, but most importantly, negatively, because we did not know the extent to which we are emulated. So by learning how much people embrace us, follow us, and actually idolize us, then we got the sense of responsibility. Since we have so many followers, we decided to lead them to a positive destination, not a negative one.
So I'm going to make some comparisons because I am so humbled that we are now working together in a common cause to, educate, entertain, move, heal. But in my life, there have been certain musical heroes that have stayed with me. And they go from entertainers and they put everything on the line. John Lennon of the Beatles, became politically aware and went from a pop star to literally give peace a chance and to really try to put out positivity. Fela Kuti from Nigeria is the obvious choice, someone that's just such a superstar who literally put his life on the line. Bob Marley. Did someone like Fela Kuti, did they inspire you, or did this just happen and you had to do the right thing?
I would say in our case, it just happened. It just happened. We found ourselves having to do the right thing. I believe we would do this even if we were taxi drivers or if we were boxers and sportsmen. We would do it anyway because the calling was clear. The country needed leadership, it needed inspiration. But also on the other hand, listening to those people gave us confidence, listening to Bob Marley, listening to Tupac, listening to the speeches of Muhammad Ali. We thought that maybe because of the times in which they lived, they were not able to take it one step further.
Yes.
And we had that opportunity to take it one step further.
Yeah, Mitchell, and we also come from a background, a culture. We have several artists, being that Uganda has never had a peaceful transition of power since October, that's in 9th October 1962. Every regime that has come to power has come into power by means of a gun. So every generation since 1962 has had artists who've been outspoken. They've used music to criticize the status quo, like so many artists from way back that have been, singing that music. We used to enjoy that music. But then there came a time when there was going to be a meeting of several presidents in Africa, called CHOGM, like different leaders all over the world. And then we witnessed things happen here. They started, pushing away the poor people, those who lived close to the main roads. Then they started putting billboards to cover the ghetto and all that, so that when these visitors come into the country,
You wouldn't see.
they see only two parts. So we went into a studio and we did a song called Ghetto. And it's from that song Bobi Wine became to be recognized as the ghetto president. And since that song was released, he was titled His Excellency, the Ghetto President. And ever since then, our music took a different direction.
Wow. So you found your purpose.
I would say the purpose found us.
The purpose. That's why he writes lyrics. Bobby, so if you don't mind me sharing a moment that we had in private, where you talked about music. How important music is to you and into your soul?
I would say music is everything. Music introduced us to the population. Music smuggled the truth to the people. Music connected seriousness with unserious people. What do I mean by this? It's music that invited the young, the restless, and the careless into seriousness. Many politicians talked about issues, but young people never paid attention until we sang about them. So music has been the biggest and most effective vehicle through which we've been communicating with the people. Like I said, no wonder they have banned our music, because it turned out to be the most effective tool of awakening our people and of communication. We still use it because we still record songs. We release them on social media and YouTube and Facebook, Twitter, and all that, and they go viral. So music has been and continues to be a very, very powerful tool against injustice, and it's a weapon for freedom.
And when you look inward, just in general, what does music mean to you?
Music means life to me. It means connection, means a relationship, means a bridge between the present and the future, between the spoken and the unspoken. For us, music is the lifeline, I would say. Yeah.
What is a world without music to you, Nubian? If there was no music, how would that impact your life?
Without music, then, there is no life, because to me, music is a reflection of society. Whatever happens in society can be reflected in music. It's a media of communication. It's a livelihood, because through music, we've been able to have a living, and we have grown up within music. Music has been a mother to us. We have grown up through music, doing music. We've been able to provide for ourselves and even the people around us, and also empower different people, because from music, we've been able to create so many different jobs. For instance, when we have concerts, so many people get employed because of that music that we only did as a hobby, but then it turned out to be something else bigger than a hobby. It became a lifestyle. But more so, it's a mirror to the society. So music is life.
Music is life. So Bobby, why World Funk Orchestra? Why this moment for both of you? Why this is you're coming back to music with an orchestra? It's not Bobby Wine. It's an orchestra with Bobby Wine, Nubian, and we're why World Funk Orchestra? What do you see? What has attracted you?
I don't know. Because, man, it is not my making. It is not our making at all. When we met Andre Morgan, it was mutual liking of each other's energy, and we had a conversation. One thing led to another, and before I knew, he had connected us to a wonderful person called Mitchell. And still one thing led to another. So I strongly feel that this was meant to be.
Nubian, how does it feel to be part of yet a new band?
You know, I always believe that there is always something new that's gonna happen in life. So one of such new things is this is a whole experience how we met. And like I've not met you physically, but the bond is so strong. It's like I know you like for so long. And when I also listened to that song, Beautiful Day, it sparked something in my mind. And I thought, wow, this is a beautiful piece. And it made me realize that there was so much in common. You know, when you love something, another person loves the same thing, that means there is something that is in common. There's something you share in common. So when I had the style and everything, I knew that, wow, this is a group we can work with easily.
You know, some people I've been asked, like, okay, so you released a song, it did well. You released a tropical remix, a Caribbean remix, and that did well. Why do it the third time? And this is the version. This was the version to me, share it with two people that, as you said, that are so the same in the heart. This is the version. Paraphrasing Paul Simon, never go wrong with that, where he said, what he thinks about his music doesn't matter. It's the audience that matters. It's other people that matter. And to me, and I wrote this song with my partner, Mike Ratty, and I wrote the song about my wife and about everything she's done for me, because she literally turns on a light in a room when she walks in it for me, and has turned on my whole life. But then when you both embodied the song, it became bigger. It became more personal for me, because you were feeling things that you guys felt, and it gave me back increased love of the song. So it's a very special song. It's of course, of all the songs, it's the first one that we would partner on, that you and Bobi chose, and that's supposed to be the song. So Mr. Bobi Wine, I have a question for you. Bitty Bitty Bum, where did that come from? I can't stop saying Bitty Bitty Bum. I say that
Bidi
everybody.
bidi bum is like, it's like an expression, an African expression of a good mood. It's like oh la la.
Ooh la la, ooh.
Yeah.
So Nubian, you weren't there the first time I met Bobi, and he turned around, he looked at me, was like, took a step back. The first thing I said to him is, Bitty Bitty Bum. I couldn't think of anything else to say. Bobi, what do you feel about what do you feel about Such a Beautiful Day? What drew you to it? And are you excited about, we're going to take it out to the world and your fans?
First of all, you're asking me on a perfect day because it's such a beautiful day today. But I'll say that that song speaks me personally, and I hope it speaks to all other people. It's musical, it's love, but also revolutionary. It envisions that day when everything is right, full day, when we're going to wake up free, So it speaks of the present and the future. For me, it's a song that speaks to my heart now and then.
So, in closing, I'd like to officially ask you, is this the only song I'm going to do? Or is this just
Hell
the
no.
beginning?
Hell no. The question should be, is this the first song that you guys are going to do? And the answer is hell yeah.
So Such a Beautiful Day comes out all around the world. And if you're banned in Uganda, everybody go to Kenya, go to South Africa. This is Bobi.
Actually, they banned me physically, but they cannot ban me online.
Oh my God.
And that makes it even more attractive, because now we have the biggest following on all social media platforms, thanks to that ban. Our music goes viral faster than the music that is not banned, because people want to defy the injustice.
I can't wait. To me, this is honestly the beginning of the rest of my career is with you guys.
Wow.
Wow.
Be on
Let's
stage
do
with
it.
you guys, to speak with you guys, to write with you guys, to make documentaries with you guys, to put it all out there in the universe is what we started World Funk for is to have a purpose. And as I've said to you before, meeting you, it's like that purpose has been rocket launched.
Let's do it, brother. Let's do it. We are looking forward. We know that's going to be a super smash hit. Fingers crossed. We hope it goes far and wide. I don't know if we were late for the Grammy submission, but
No,
that's all
no,
right.
no. We did
Oh,
it, brother. We did it. We're submitted. I
wow.
promise you. I promise you. And everyone did the work, and we did it. But brothers, so much love for you. Here's to our first single, and hell yeah, so many more. Bobby, Nubian, so much love, brothers.
Thank you,
Oh,
my
yeah.
brother. You take very good care, and let's rock the world.
Yes.
It's such a beautiful day. Hakuna matata, what a fun day. It's such a wonderful day. Why not?